Kani gadega Patisi TV, bat fidang pej yaki kubor baman kasni.
Kajing yata hakadar bar sanrai jong kayeng darbar thawan ke jela Meghalaya. Henne kasni ka arpun retrek unai lur aja karpra. Kila yata halor kimat ki balawara na Liang Pyrshah. Bat kawai ni kimat ke balasdang kajing yata. Kadai halor ke Jingkylli ke balawara da MLA ke sen Kongres na Mausan Ram constituency. Uba hima Syang Peliang ubalapan jingken na ke sorkar halor ki Nongrep hakajela ki balayo jerab bat ke Jinghikai Katkum Katkum kani ke jog Jingstad science.
Good morning, Honorable Speaker, sir. To answer the question raised by Honorable Member from Mausan Ram. A, sir, the total number of farmers is 31439. B, the categories of farmers are small and marginal farmers and sector are protected cultivation mushroom, tea tumber crops, turmeric and gingers, beekeeping, organic manure, fruit, innovative technologies, on rice pulse, maize, integrated farming system, and seed production.
Yes. Honorable Speaker, sir. Considering the fact that Meghalaya comprises of about 80% of the population being farmers, sir, the figure of 31,439 is still a very low figure, sir. However, I hope the department would still work on a war footing to help the farmers that have been left out. Because if we work out for the 80% population, it almost touches about 23 lakhs population that are still farmers in the state, sir. However, sir, my question to the Honourable Minister is, what kind of incentives is the government giving to the farmers to encourage scientific methods of farming?
Mr. Speaker, sir. Subsequently, sir, if we see the data with fact and figure from the years of 2015 onwards till date, the number of farmers trained have increased yearly. In 2015-16, it's 14,642. In 16-17, 10,621. In 17-18, it's 16,761, which again show the coverage of the training program has been grown. And it will be my sincere method as a minister to take up this as a most priority and see that the training of the farmers is diligently done by the department so that the motivation, enthusiasm in the farmers community grow and more farmers will come forward.
Honourable Speaker, sir, my question has not been replied, sir. My question was, what kinds of incentives is the government giving to the farmers to encourage scientific methods of farming, the incentives?
So, I would like to request the Honourable Member who raised the question, sir, to come to the specific question, because it's not good to go out the purview of the question, sir.
No, it is within the purview of the question. The Honourable Member would like you to inform us what are the incentives given to farmers.
Mr. Speaker, sir, there is always a scope to improve and any field for betterment, and it will be endeavour, work intensely with the Directorate to see and come up with ideas and innovation where we can work out that maximum number of farmers come and join the program and improve the sector and their livelihood.
Honourable Speaker, sir, I'm not getting the reply. Somewhere, somehow the minister is dodging to reply. I want specifically the answer, what are the incentives? Very clear, sir, incentives. How do you promote scientific farming? How are you trying to bring the farmers from a traditional way to the scientific way? That is what I'm saying. How do you promote, how do you lure the farmers to come to the scientific method? That's what I'm asking, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, that is the question I want. because, sir, I'll tell you, sir, here. The question is asked, the total number of farmers in the state has been provided with improved method of scientific farming. Even though I'll reply this question, but, sir, I'll tell you, he is not a scientist. I'm not a scientist. He's a politician.
Further,
Anyway, please.
further, this is not the
please.
way. This is not the way of answer. If you cannot answer,
let
let
me
the
answer.
Chief Minister intervene
No, please.
and reply one report.
Honorable from Maulai, let me answer. Otherwise, I have to find some,
Oh.
means to do something.
Minister, please. Please.
Okay, sir.
Chief Minister would like to.
Sir, I'll just like to supplement to what the Honorable...
Answer is here.
No. The Chief
if Minister is...
Okay.
Sir, apart from the training aspects that are being provided to the different farmers, sir, as the member has mentioned, there are different incentives that are given. For example, so there's 50% subsidy when it comes to tuber development schemes. We give 50% subsidy for equipments. When it comes to tea development, sir, we give seeds and clones for subsequent release to farmers for commercial plantation. So in different schemes and different training programs that are there, so different incentives are given. So for example, when it comes to the vegetable development scheme, so assistance is provided where we give 50% subsidy for vegetable seeds, etc. So I think it'll be more appropriate if the honourable member would like, we would place all of them because there are quite a few of them, and these are specific to the particular program that is being done. So in some we are giving equipment subsidy, in some we're getting seed subsidy. So like that, so there are many different schemes that are there.
Honourable Speaker, sir, well, to a certain extent, I'm quite satisfied with the reply of the Honourable Chief Minister, but nevertheless, I'd still request the department concerned and the Minister to kindly give us the details and to be placed on the table of the House for the benefit of all the members as to the incentives that the department provides to the farmers. So while I'm talking about the incentives, sir, I would also like to bring to the notice of this August House that, sir, I'm talking only of the East Kasils now. I'm not talking of the state. Sir, in this East Kasils district, the department, agriculture department, they implement centrally sponsored schemes. So one of the scheme is called Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, RKVY, sir. Sir, under RKVY, I'm shocked to see that the allotment given by the central government has been utilized for construction of buildings, sir. It is really shocking when we want to promote the welfare of the farmers. How is it that they have spent more than 60% of the fund on the construction of a building, and that too of a farmer's hostel, sir? And that they've spent more than about 10 crores, sir, there.
So what is your question?
So, sir, my question is, sir, when you talk of incentives, you provide particulars, you provide the scientific methods of promoting the yield, and here, sir, I could gather the information that they have earmarked only 3 lakhs, sir, for the particulars. How do the department consider in this manner? I do not understand, sir. Can the Minister kindly highlight to us?
Please.
Mr. Honorable Speaker, sir, the figure is not with me here, and for this, I think I'd like to request the honorable member to maybe I require notice for this.
So, sir, my next question is, how is the government helping the farmers in marketing the products?
Mr. Speaker, sir, once again, this is question is out of purview of this principal question, sir.
Honorable Speaker, sir, I'm so sorry to hear this. I do not know which falls under the purview and which do not fall under the purview. I'm still sticking to the principal question of when you promote the...
Mr. Speaker, sir. Please,
sir, no, sir, I'm on...
Let him complete.
Let me finish, sir. Let me finish, sir. So we need to provide assistance to the farmers even in the marketing sector, sir. I think we all are aware that the way that the market is prevailing now, it is pathetic. Sir, the biscuit, which is called squash, is being sold at a throwaway price of 1 rupees 50 paisa. Tomato, which used to be at rupees 20, 25, now it has gone to rupees 5 a kg.
No, Mr.
How will they do the marketing?
Mr. Sham, please. This is question hour. Please confine yourself to question. But if you want to discuss it more, we have a motion today relating to the problem and agony faced by the farmers of the state. You can raise this issue now.
Thank you, sir. But I still would like to insist on the minister to kindly reply on what are the methods of marketing. How is the government helping in the marketing of the products? Minister is laughing away, sir, but that is not the way. I guess all of us are looking forward for a good reply.
Yes.
Sir, I have to repeat again, because I'm sticking with this principal question, sir. If you want to discuss what you are, I think you have to obey the speaker also, sir. We can discuss in the motion, sir, because if we come through this question, then obviously, sir, I have to answer. So, for this also I require notice.
Yes, right.
Honourable Speaker, sir, I'd like to rephrase the question of my colleague Pahima Shampriang. Is scientific intervention related to scientific marketing?
Mr. Speaker, sir, I think I'll read out a little bit of the component of scientific farming. I think you will be clear. You'll get the clarity.
Honourable Speaker, sir, with due respect, that information, I'm a PhD, sir. I understand scientific marketing and scientific.
You understand scientific farming?
I understand.
I don't think so. I'd like to hear from her. Please tell me about the scientific farming.
She understands, that's why she does not need your reply.
No, sir. I beg your pardon, Speaker, sir. I would like him to reply to a very specific question. Are scientific interventions related to scientific marketing as well or not?
Yes or no?
Mr. Speaker, sir, I don't have they are not providing me the copy of that, so I quite noticed.
Speaker, sir, may I know who is...
Sir, I'll just...
may I know who are they? Sir, just one second.
Yes,
I'd like to know who are they that did not provide him the information. This is the house. The decorum of the house has to be maintained, sir.
Let Chief Minister intervene.
Sir, I think the aspect of marketing which has been mentioned by the different members out here is an important aspect. There is no doubt, sir. So, but when it comes to the scientific training and the process, sir, the marketing specifically is not a part of this. The areas that are there which are included are basically improved technologies for cultivation, enhancement of productivity, and ensuring that quality seeds are, are there, soil health productivity. These are the main areas when it comes to the scientific farming. So not necessarily the marketing part, but I agree with the honourable members, marketing is important. And there are many aspects we're looking into the marketing. Lay-by markets have been created in many locations, and we want that to in fact expand in many areas. In different parts of the state, sir, farmer marketing, farmer markets have come up. in different parts of the state. So these are the mechanisms that are being used, but it definitely requires more intervention. And this is an area of concern, and we are going to definitely look into this aspect also. Sir.
Honorable Speaker, sir, may I request the Honorable Minister Agriculture to give us some insight into what is this vegetable development scheme that has been mentioned by the Honorable Chief Minister.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I require notice.
Honorable Speaker, sir, may I request the Honorable Agriculture Minister to tell me the price of a power tiller?
Mr. Speaker, sir, I require notice.
Honorable Speaker, sir, have we all come here
3,
just
4,
to...
5 minutes.
Sir, I think we are being ridiculed in the well of the House. Sir.
No, when the information is not available with the minister, he has a right to ask for information.
Yes, I understand, sir, but power tiller and scientific method of farming are very linked. Where is the gap? Where have I failed as a legislator?
No,
I'd like to know.
No, you have not failed. What just happened that minister don't have that information with him right now.
Honorable Speaker, sir, may I therefore request the Honorable Minister Agriculture to tell me about the plan that the government has on improving cold storage facilities for farmers, which is again linked to scientific method.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I think Honourable Member, I would like to inform to the House also, after I took over as a Minister in charge of Agriculture. I've visited 2-3 places. When everyone, I think they are aware, they see the cold storage in Mauyang and one cold storage in Garo Hills. It's not functioning till now. From the day after the construction. So I'm looking forward as a minister from now onward. Even I took over, I pursued this matter for the benefit of our farmer of the state, sir, to see what we can do to improve and to see that the farmers benefit from this cold storage, which we know that so many perishable items, what we have seen in the last few days for the difficulty faced by the farmers. But the scope is, it's my endeavor to do well for the benefit of our farmers. I'm looking forward for this, sir.
Honorable Speaker, sir, may I request therefore from the Honorable Agriculture Minister to assure me that a cold storage facility will be provided somewhere between Madan Seisei and Molo?
Mr. Speaker, sir, sorry to assure in the House, I don't think so I'll be able to give now, sir, but I'm looking forward, sir. I'll try to do at least for the do well for the benefit of farmers, and I'm ready. If you, I request through you, Mr. Honourable Speaker, sir, that honourable member from Laimukha, they can come to me with all her farmers and meet me and discuss.
Mr. Speaker, just want to add one clarification, because earlier the question had come about the marketing and scientific marketing. Sir, I would like to just add that yes, sir, that there are certain aspects of the agriculture marketing scheme also, but not necessarily in terms of providing the market as such, but there is a training program that goes on for the grading, storage and post-harvest technology of how horticulture products are given. And on about 882, almost about 4,000 people have been trained in this particular agriculture marketing scheme also. So there is a scheme, sir, specifically, but not really going into details of all the marketing aspects, but yes, marketing is a huge subject, as the honourable member will know. So therefore, it does include post-harvest, as I said, technology that is there in it. Just want to clarify that, sir.
Kawai part kamat kadai halor kajing panjing pensai na MLA ka mau plang ubalabu Jingkylli ya menteri bakmi ya katnat public health engineering bakaladan em kajing penbait ne kajing soy bat ki khle nang sansar jo kino ki hima ne ilaka hak ba pentrei ya ke Greater Shillong Water Supply Project kan thop ru ya ke Jingtai ya ke dam hakawa omyo hapo mau plang.
Mr. Speaker, sir, reply to State Question 52, asking by Honorable Member from Mauplang, Sri S.K. Sun. Reply number A, sir, yes. Reply number B, sir, altogether two agreements were entered into with Hima Mauplang. The first agreement was entered into during the years 1978-79. The Special Secretary to the Government of Meghalaya, PHE Department, signed the agreement on behalf of the government. The second agreement was entered into during the years 1999 to 2000. And on behalf of the government in PHE Department, 3 VK War, Executive Engineer, and 3 SK Sun, Executive Engineer, signed the agreement. See, sir. Sir, the first agreement was entered into on 2nd September 1978, and the second agreement on 8th March 2000. D, sir. Yes, sir. E, yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Swan.
Mr. Speaker, sir, just give me 1 minute. Before the government and PhD department take up implementation of the Greater Shillong Water Supply Project Phase 1 and Phase 2, so they wanted to take into confidence the traditional heads of their areas on both sides of the river Omyo, that is on the Light Cross side and on the right side, the Hima Mauplang. So I have asked a question from the Honorable Minister whether there was an agreement signed with the traditional heads before implementation of the Shillong Water Supply Project, and he said there are 2, and that is with the Hima Mauplang. Now may I know from the Honorable Minister, is there no agreement signed with the Ilaka of Light Cross before implementation of Greater Shillong Water Supply Project?
No, sir.
Sir, I differ with the answer of the Honorable Minister. On 14 August 1979, Sri R.V. Ligdo, the then IAS and Secretary of PHE Department, signed the agreement on behalf of the government of PHE Department with the Hima of Light Cross to ensure that the Hima of Light Cross, the Ilaka Light Cross, villages falling on the Ilaka Light Cross, are provided with sufficient water as a gratitude for the Ilaka Light Cross having given the land to be impounded by the dam without taking any compensation. Is the minister not aware of this?
Sir, as the principal question number A is clearly said, I stick with the principal question, sir.
Sir,
whether the government has entered agreement with traditional heads of Hima, Ilaka period of implementation of Greater Shillong, including the construction of dam across the river Omyo and Mauplang.
Is Sardar of Ilaka Light Cross not traditional head?
Yes, it's a traditional head.
If the Sardar of Light Cross is traditional head, is this agreement signed between the government in PHD and the Sardar of Light Cross not valid?
So, ask the question.
No, we do like this. Yeah. No. This information given by Honorable Member Shri Sun is very important. So please find out the fact and you may give a statement tomorrow itself. Okay?
Mr. Speaker, sir, the reply of the minister is misleading the House.
How?
He has replied negative. Asun has given Basun has given...
No, I have given my direction, please. No. I have given my direction.
Sir, I have the agreement with me, sir. Signed, but I will be
No, anyway, Basun, I have given direction to the minister. He will give a statement tomorrow on the fact of this issue raised by you.
Then I have my additional supplementary questions,
Yes.
sir.
Okay.
May I know from the Honorable Minister, what are the provisions in the agreement signed with the Hima Moflang, sir?
Sir, the agreement is here with me, but it's not clear how to read. This is a zero copy, sir. This agreement is here. I can't read, sir. It's not clear, sir.
It is not original?
No.
Where is the original document?
The original is not here with me, sir.
With whom then?
I think with the department.
Then you find out it.
Okay,
tomorrow
sir.
you read it out.
Yes, sir.
So you can place it in the table of the house.
Tomorrow? No, tomorrow we'll give the statement, or you may place in table house.
Yes, sir. I'll place in the table of the house.
Then, sir.
So, Mr. Speaker, sir, since you have already given order and ruling that the minister will give statement, that is enough. No more, no more question from operational, even from us also, sir. Because only a statement.
No, please.
May I request you to refrain the honorable member not to disturb me when I ask questions? It's my constitutional right to ask a question, sir.
Yes, you're right. Please.
Sir, may I know from the honorable minister when he said that the agreement is valid and that no violation of the agreement is bringing people from Soyong to work in waterworks in Moflang, right from master role, Kalasi, on-skilled work assistant is not a violation of the agreement, sir?
Mr. Speaker, sir, Electrical Division Moflang has two subdivisions. One is in Moflang, one is in Soyong. There is no violation of the agreement, sir. That there is some staff from Soyong subdivision have transferred to the subdivision electrical Moflang. This transfer is not to fill up the vacancy post. This is to streamline the functioning of the department electrical subdivision in Moflang, sir.
Sir, it may be correct that the division has a number of schemes, and it may be correct that those schemes are manned by the people of those areas. But the waterworks at Moflang is specifically meant for the people of Moflang, sir. You cannot bring people from Soyong to work in waterworks at Moflang.
Sir, however, this action of the executive engineers was objected by the village head under Moflang leadership on the plea that perhaps vacancy posts have been filled up. However, sir, the action on the part of executive engineer was only to streamline the functioning and not to fill up the vacancy posts with people from areas and other areas under Moflang. However, sir, with a view to avoid any controversy and maintain the cordial relationship with the village heads under Moflang, leadership, Hima Moflang, these 5 workshop staff have since been reassigned with duty outside the area of Hima Moflang, sir.
One last question, sir. See, the agreement entered with the traditional head was to have the confidence of the both sides of the villages to ensure that the dam of Moflang is properly secured. But is the minister aware that there are incidents of killing of fish in the Umyom Dam of Moflang using dynamite and catching the fish, the dead fish, by using the boats?
Yes, sir. As the honorable member concerned of the Dam of Moflang, as a minister also, I take awareness. I am aware how to protect the Dam of Moflang for supplying the water supply to the Shillong. Sir, I'll take note into it.
Thank you.
Nakaliang UMLA ka Jawai uba wailat Miki Shala ulabo Jingkylli ya ka sarkar ba ka Jingtray ya ka surok Borghat Sonapur Kalasdang na Nakaliang UMLA ka Omroy uba George B. Lingdo ulabo Jingkylli ya ka sarkar la ka sarkar kalapan kren ya ka drugs policy ha ka jilla.
Mr. Speaker, sir, the answer to the start question number 55 A and B, sir. Drug policy has been prepared by the department and is under process as of finalization and approval by the government. C, sir, not available. D, sir, as at A above.
Honorable Speaker, sir, with respect to the reply at A and B, the drug policy has been prepared by the department and process of finalization is on. So may I know when did the department send the policy to the government for approval, sir?
Mr. Speaker, sir, the Meghalaya state policy on drug abuse was submitted to the government on 25th January 2018 and was returned back by the government on 9 February 2018 along with the corrected draft policy. After the corrected draft policy on drugs abuse was submitted back to the government on the 4th May 2018, again the draft policy on drug abuse was returned back with the views and comments from Education, Home Police, and Health and Family Welfare Department on date 23rd August 2018 for incorporating in the draft policy. Hence, the matter is under process.
So I'd like to thank the department for taking up the initiative and seeing the consultations being held. It seems that the drug policy will see the light of the day in sometime soon. So I would like to elaborate a bit if you kindly allow, sir. So because the drug trafficking in the state has really grown menacingly in the past few years. So youths have fallen into the trap of drugs and the traffickers are there across the state. In my area where we've not heard even about drugs last year, sir, suddenly in the past 2 months we have seen drugs being peddled in the area. So one problem that we are seeing is that the Act, the National Drug and Psychotropic Substances Act, that is applicable to traffickers, so has got some problems in it because until and unless you have considerable amount of quantity, then only they are able to book under the particular Act. So, sir, I'd like to request the Honorable Chief Minister with his intervention, sir. Maybe we can move for a solution to amend the Act. Because in other states, especially other countries, the federal law goes for up to 1 gram of substance that is being confiscated. Here in our country, sir, it is up to 1 kg. So if you have 1 kg also, the punishment is only 2 months and 10,000 rupees of fine. In other countries, sir, with 1 gram being confiscated, you are punishable up to 2 years and up to $10,000 of fines, about 8 lakh rupees. So I would like to bring this to the notice of the government, sir, and request for an action on their side so that this act is amended so that it will empower the narcotics division of the police, sir.
Thank you.
Point noted, sir.
We'll examine the matter, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Honourable Speaker, sir, may I inquire from the Minister of Social Welfare whether or not in this policy there is a strong component for rehabilitation and financial assistance for rehabilitation of young children drawn by drugs?
Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to request the honourable member to please, if you don't mind, repeat the question so that I'll get in particular.
Honourable Speaker, sir, my question is, in the drug policy, is there a special component and impetus on rehabilitation for young people?
The policy is under process.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir. The policy is still under process.
So we understand, but it has come and gone so many times between the department and the government. Is there a component so that we may request in the floor of the House to include it?
Sir, I'll just supplement to the Honourable Minister. So there are obviously components of rehabilitation in it, but the details are quite long. It may not be possible for us to give all it, but if they would, but I cannot place this, of course, it's a draft policy only. Yes, sir. So definitely, and all the suggestions that have been given now are very important, and we will definitely try to examine all the points that have been mentioned.
Sir, since this is a very serious issue, according to the Honourable Minister, that the draft has been prepared, we'll hope that it will come out very soon. According to NDPS Act 1985, there are certain criteria how to enter into the culprit house, how to search, how to seize, and how to arrest also. I want to get clarity from the government, maybe from the Honourable Chief Minister. As of now, what is the steps taken by the government in different district headquarters or different important towns to tackle this menace? Because it is a huge task for the police department. They have to look for law and order, they have to look for traffic, they have to look for so many burden for the police department. So in different district headquarters, is there any special cell to look after, and to which rank of the police officer? They have to be very alert at 24 hours, because this menace has been growing very fast in each and every important town in our state. I want to get clarity of this from the government.
So I think the points that have been mentioned by the Honourable Member from Nongpo are absolutely very valid. So just to give an idea to the House, that even in 2008, 2009, when there was a basic study done, that is about 10 years back, there were almost 17,833 drug users in the state. That's a huge number, sir. And so because of different economic conditions and situations that have happened, sir, and social situations that have happened, this menace has gone up. The few days back, sir, I was in Nongstoin, and officials from there were mentioning to me that West Khasias also is facing a lot of challenges when it comes to drugs. So therefore, it is a challenge for us, and that is the reason why it is very important for us to get the draft and get the policy actually in place. So in the meantime, the different officials, especially the police in different districts, are really working overtime, sir. And they're ensuring that as many people who are involved in bringing the drugs into the state, which is totally illegal, and also people who are distributing it, are taken to task. And the police, as I said, is working overtime, sir. But I can tell you, sir, this menace has really jumped to a large magnitude, I should say, especially in the last few years, sir. So it is a matter of serious concern, and that is why earlier also the government had tried to move this policy, and we are also very committed to this. And I assure the House, sir, that this policy will be in place. Once this policy is in place, sir, we will be able to get a proper systematic way. But in the meantime, the police department is definitely looking into these issues.